look at me gallivanting around Poland. I'm in the western part of Poland in a place called Poznań. Poznań has a population of 549,000 people, and it's popular for a lot of things. It's popular for museums, popular for churches, popular for having a lot of culture, and obviously it's got an old town as well, which is quite similar to all cities across Poland. Okay, so I'm just in the old town in Poznań, and it looks like there's a lot of work going on, so I wouldn't recommend you coming for now until most of the work are done, because it looks a bit messy. But there's a lot of work being done at the moment, and I think it's just to improve the area. But there's still a lot of things to see. Obviously it doesn't stop you from looking at the tourist attractions, but obviously just bear that in mind when you come here, that it will be quite challenging to actually look around the area. So how did I get to Poznań? So what happened was, I was thinking of cities to visit this time, and I thought, let me try some cities I've not been to. So Poznań came to mind for two reasons. I always give two reasons every time. The first reason is obviously my subscribers. You know, they did tell me to come to Poznań next time I visit Poland. And the other reason is I'm currently in Wrocław. That's where my hotel is, and I thought it might be better to look for a place that is not too far. It only took me like less than 3 hours to travel all the way from Wrocław to Poznań, so it's a no-brainer basically. In terms of what you can do in the old town area, there's a lot of souvenirs you can actually buy, which is quite good though, because when you go to a country you want to have like something to take back. So there's a lot of souvenirs around. It's quite chilly though, because obviously we're in winter at the moment, or it is winter period in Poland, so it's quite breezy and it's quite cold. I would recommend coming here during summer though, because winter time can be really cold in Poznań, and I think it's because they have like a river around, so obviously the breeze from the river comes across to the old town. So there are a number of places you need to note in Poznań. They've got a place called the Cathedral Island, and the Cathedral Island is literally a place where they have various churches. It's an island actually, and they have various churches in. If I've got time today, I'll take you to the Cathedral Island. If I haven't got time, then obviously I'll go there next time I visit, but I'll try as much as possible to go there today. Also, they do have a very, very good city center as well, so I might go there as well if there's time. If there's no time, obviously I'll do that next time I come. So what do they have in the old town area? They've got all sorts as usual. They've got the information center for all of you that tend to utilize the tourist office. They've got one here that you can actually go to, and I think it's quite useful to go to them though. When you go to the tourist center, they tend to tell you the key places to go to. Obviously watching vlogs like mine would help, but I suggest you go to the tourist center when you come around, because they would have more information. So it's called Centrum whatever, I don't know how to pronounce that, but is literally telling you the information tourist center, basically. That's what it means. So utilize that when you come around. They also have a club as well. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a club in an old town before. I think this is a first. Or did I see one in Wrocław? Actually, I think they have a number of clubs in Wrocław. Pardon me. I think they have a number of clubs in Wrocław. So it's not new in the western part of Poland, I suppose. But yeah, so you can obviously come to the club if you come around the old town. But I don't think there's a lot going on during winter though. I think it might be much more busier during summer. That's just me assuming though, because right now it's a bit dead. It's not as bubbly as it normally is, sorry. So I think summertime might be the best time to come to the old town area. And also it's much more enjoyable during summer as well, I suppose, because it's warmer. So in terms of food anyway, so I did check around Old Town for food, and there's a lot of good places to eat. As you can see, they have some Polish restaurants around, and yeah, just like Wrocław, it's quite affordable in Poznań as well. I did have a meal like an hour ago, and it only cost me like £11, and it was a lot of food. So the portions in Poland is quite good. I know I always talk about portions every time, because for me, obviously I like to pay a lot for food, but at the same time I need to see value for money. So yeah, so you definitely get value for money in Poznań. So let's take a look at what they have around. So they have a museum. Obviously I can't go in there at the moment because there's a lot of building work. As you can see, they have a lot going on in front of the actual museum, but I'm going to check to see if there's a possibility of me just going in front of it. I doubt it though, but I'll take a look. You know me, I always try to take risks. For all you know, I can actually go in front. Okay, yeah, I think I can. Right, so that's the museum. I'm not sure if you have to pay an entrance fee. Maybe you have to, I don't know. But it doesn't look open to me though. Let me check. Yeah, so I think it's locked, it's closed. So I'm not really getting it though, because I did go to the to certain parts of Old Town today, and they were closed. I'm not sure if they have a particular time of the year they normally open, or they are just closed just because they are doing building work in front. Who knows? But I suggest you okay, hold on, I think they've got a sign that tells you so temporary exhibition from the 10th of November 2022 till the 28th of February 2023. Yes, so they have a temporary exhibition from the 10th of November 2022 till the 28th of February. So I don't know what that means, to be totally honest, what they mean by temporary exhibition, but it's obviously closed. So you can see there's a lot of building work. I suppose the question for me is, or the question is, should you come to Poznań? I would say it depends on what you want to do though. So I think if you're much more of the touristy, you know, museum type of person, you like visiting museums and you like to obviously check out people's culture, I think Poznań is a good place, because you'd obviously understand Polish culture and things that you don't normally see in certain parts of Poland, I suppose. For me anyway, I think I like Poznań because I like touristy activities basically. So I recommend you come to Poznań for that reason. Also, the reason why you should come to Poznań as well is it's so easy to think there's only one side to Polish people, but there's more sides to them. So when you visit certain parts of the country, you tend to understand them much more better. That's what I see anyway. So when I travel to various countries, what I do is I look at various parts of the country, and that makes me understand the people within the country much more better, I suppose. So I totally recommend that when you travel, you look around and you obviously go to various parts of the country and understand the culture in those various places. For example, if you go to places like Krakow, you would see that the people there are much more engaging. They approach you more, you know, they talk to you more. If you go to Warsaw, everyone is literally minding their own business. In Poznań, I would say it's quite similar to Warsaw, but the people here are still much more nicer. I'm not saying people in Warsaw are not nice, but I always compare Warsaw to London, obviously. So in London, no one has time for you because it's a very busy city, basically. So that's probably why. Right, so what building is this? Let's find out. I'm going to find out what building this is in a minute. For all you know, it's the same building I just saw. I'll check it out in a second anyway. But yeah, so I always recommend you travel to various places, because what tends to happen is when people go to certain countries, they go to the very, very popular city and they go back home. But I don't think that's the best thing to do though. I would say Poznań is one of the most underrated cities in Poland. That's what I would say anyway, because nobody really talks about Poland. Sorry, not Poland. No one really talks about Poznań. When people talk about Poland, all they talk about is places like Krakow and that. So I recommend you obviously check out new places and see. So that building, let's see what that building is, then I'll take you to other places as well. Before we go to that building anyway, so there are certain places I noticed around Old Town that are quite deserted, and I don't know if it's because they're doing some work around the area. So this is one part as well that looks dead, but it might be that they're doing some work. I think that's a restaurant. It might be very busy during summer though, who knows, because they're doing some work around. To me anyway, I would say come to Poznań when all the work is done. Right now, I don't think you can see that much. As you can see, that's the map of the old town. So that's the city hall. That's the entrance from that side. That's the museum. They have many museums actually. So they have various museums that they have various artifacts in. Even in the Cathedral Island, they do have certain museums there as well. So I think they have museums for specific things anyway. So let's check that place out. That's the place I saw earlier. So that's obviously closed as well. Yeah, so I really don't recommend you come for now. I would say maybe come during summertime. I suppose it would be better. I think they will do most of the works by then anyway. Because if you come now, you wouldn't really enjoy it, I would say. Okay, let's move on. There are certain places I want you to see. So what's my plan for tomorrow? I plan to go to a place called Katowice. Apparently it's not a recommended city to visit. Apologies, my Polish people. I know you're going to get mad now for what I just said, but that's what I'm hearing anyway. So people are saying there's not a lot to do in Katowice, and that's because it's an industrial kind of place. But that's why I tend to go to places myself to check it out. So I know people are saying it's not actually a recommended place because there's nothing to see there. But that's why I like to go there. When you go for yourself, then you would obviously make that judgment on whether or not it is a good place to visit. I don't normally go by hearsay, but I'm just telling you what people told me anyway. So I'm so happy so far in terms of where I've been to. It would just be good to obviously explore new places in the future, because Poland is so big and there's just no way you can finish the whole of Poland basically. And when I mean the whole of Poland, I'm talking of the key places in Poland. There's no way you can finish everything within 2 weeks or even less than 2 weeks. So whenever time you have to obviously spend in Poland, I would say just come to Poland maybe every year or every 2 years or every 3 years and check out what they have. I think that's the best way to do it. So in my next trip, I'll be visiting a place called Gdansk. That's like up north, much more colder. Obviously Poznań is cold, but Gdansk is much more colder. And Gdansk, hopefully I'm pronouncing it properly, it does have, it does share a border with a Russian enclave. I can't even pronounce what the name of the place is, but it's a very, very popular Russian enclave. And apparently you don't get a normal Russian visa for that area. You need to get a special Russian visa to go to that place. Okay, so we are still looking around Old Town. It's actually a very nice old town though, but I've got to rate Krakow. I think Krakow is still on top of my list. So let me just give you my order of preference in Poland, yeah? Not just for old towns, for everything. So I would say number 1 is Wrocław, because Wrocław is just vibrant and, you know, there's a lot of young people there. Then I would say Krakow, then Warsaw, then maybe Poznań, because I'm here. But I'm not sure of what Katowice will tell me when I get there. So let's see what happens when I get there. But yeah, so this is another church. I'm not sure if Poznań is just like a religious city, but I've seen quite a lot of churches around Poznań. So it might just be a very religious place, I don't know. But I've seen various cathedrals, and various churches. So it might just be a religious place, who knows? Right, so I've told you my order of preference in terms of the cities I've visited in Poland. But obviously it's going to be different for everyone though. It depends on what you like. For me anyway, I think Poland is one of those places that you can visit anytime. Not just during summer, but during winter as well. And that's because they have various things you can do for various seasons. And the people are just nice. You know, the food is good. And obviously it's affordable. All right then, so I've given you a glimpse of Old Town in Poznań. You've obviously seen the Old Town in Warsaw that I've showed you. Although I need to visit the Old Town in Warsaw again, because certain people said I've not visited the whole lot, so I'm still going to go back there again. I've shown you Old Town Krakow. Obviously I'm going to show you or I think I'm going to show you Old Town Wrocław. Oh, the pronunciations are crazy. I'm going to show you Old Town Wrocław later on. And I'm going to have to end it here because obviously I've got to move on. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If you like my videos and you've not actually liked it, please like it, and I'll catch you in my next video. I've got a lot more I want to do in Poznań, and hopefully I've got enough time to show you. Take care guys, bye.